What's up guys, Ryan here from Mud Gunner, and today I have a pretty exciting video to share with you. So we have a group of revolvers here, and these are pretty special. So first up, I have my Smith & Wesson 686. I've had this gun for years. It's a 4-inch 357 Magnum. So I brought this one out because we have 5 Colt Pythons, and I'm going to start off with this one just so I get a feel for, just a general revolver. But we have 5 Colt Pythons, and these were all lent to me for this video today. 4 of them were lent to me by Arizona Firearms, which is the store I work at. And then we have 1 lent to me by my buddy Vince. And the reason why we have 5 is these are 5 different decades. We have a 1967 4-inch blued python. We have a 1972 6-inch nickeled python. We have a 1982 6-inch, this is a stainless python. We have a 1996 4-inch stainless python. And then we have a 2023 3-inch stainless python. So this is awesome, guys. There is a lot of pythons here, and the python started in 1955 and was made until 2005, and then it was made again back in 2020. So the only 2 decades we're really missing is a 1950s python and an early 2000s python. But we have 5 decades of pythons here. I have never shot a Colt Python, and I am very excited to shoot these for you today. So we're just gonna probably shoot about 1 or 2 cylinders worth through each gun because they are expensive guns. They're rare collector's pieces. Python etiquette is, like, if you go to a shop, you don't just sit there and you play around with the trigger on a Colt Python. There is Python etiquette. Collectors do not want to see a turn line on Pythons because, it's just a collector's piece at that point. But luckily for you guys, I'm here to shoot them today. And yeah, I mean, if you ever go hold a Colt Python at a shop, they are very nice. And a shop will probably let you try like a modern Python. But what I mean by like Python like etiquette is you don't just go to a shop and just cock the hammer repeatedly. It's not good for old Colt Pythons. Like, as far as cosmetics goes, it's not gonna hurt the performance, but collectors don't wanna see a turn line in there. So yeah, the action of a Colt Python is one of the nicest actions of a revolver in general. I've done this before. I've tested the trigger at the shop, but I've never shot one. So yep, that's what we're here to do for you guys today. Again, these came from the shop I work at, Arizona Firearms, and then this 6-inch nickel here came from my buddy Vince. So yeah, we're gonna get them loaded up and test them all out for you guys. All right, guys, so I have all 6 revolvers loaded up, and I figured we'd shoot a couple different rounds. So I don't know the greatest grain weight for 357 mag. I'm not as much of a revolver guy, so I really don't know the pros and cons of all the grain weights of these. But basically, we have 110 grain Super Vel ammo, we have 142 grain Fiocchi ammo, and then we have a 158 grain PMC ammo. This is all 357 mag, and I have it loaded up 2 rounds of each in every gun. So it'll be 2 of that, 2 of that, 2 of that, and it'll be 110, 142, then 158. And I figured we'll just do 2 rounds through each and just kind of run it like a gauntlet, because again, I can't put too many rounds through each of these guns today. And what's also interesting is the Smith & Wesson revolver, it goes counterclockwise, where the Colt Pythons, they go clockwise. So what I mean by that is when you cock the cylinder, it's going counterclockwise. It'll rotate to the left, where the Colt Pythons are gonna rotate to the right. So I have it set up so that every round is gonna go up. So it's gonna be Super Vel 110, then the Fiocchi 142, then the PMC 158 grain. So, all right, so I'm gonna fire 2 rounds through this. This is the Super Vel 110 grain ammo, and this is my Smith & Wesson 686. This one does have a trigger job, so this should be a pretty nice 357 mag revolver. It's my only 357 revolver that I own right now. So I'm gonna do single action and then double action. So single action, pretty nice. Now double action, pretty nice. So it doesn't have, 357 has some kick, but it doesn't have an insane amount of kick. So do this. And then now we have the 1967 Colt Python. This is a 4-inch blue. This thing is beautiful. And this is gonna be the very first Python I ever shoot in my life. So I'm very excited for this. All right, so single action. Oh yeah, that action feels so good. The action alone definitely feels better than the Smith. All right, so we'll do single action. Okay, now double action. So double action is very similar because mine has a trigger job. Single action is pretty light though. These grips are nice. They don't feel as comfortable to shoot as the Hogue grips, but this is the way I would want a Colt Python, is with the beautiful wood grips. So that's very nice. And we have a steel target at like 25-ish yards. This is my first time shooting all these guns, so I may not hit it every time, but that's what I'll be aiming for. All right, now we have the 1972 6-inch nickel Python. Thank you again to my buddy Vince for lending this out for our video. He's replacing the grips. He's waiting for the new grips to come in. They just haven't yet, but Yeah, he's let me borrow it with this, and these are Pachmeyer grips. So 6-inch nickel 1972 Python. That single action is nice. Ooh, that 6-inch is nice. That didn't like, it's not that it has much muzzle pop, but that felt smooth. I hit the target. Now let's try the double action. Okay. So double action, I mean, it feels standard. Like, I think the double action on a lot of these are gonna feel pretty standard, but the single action and just the cocking of the hammer is very nice. This hammer feels so good to cock back. It's just a very beautiful hammer. It's like a larger hammer compared to my Smith & Wesson. So it is a bigger hammer, and it just feels more comfortable to cock back. Sight-wise, it's just all black sights, but yeah, the single action on that was my favorite so far. We got other people shooting here. We're at a public range. So next up, we have the 6-inch 1982 Python. So we'll try single action. That one felt like it had more kick. I don't know. The single action was light, but it felt a little bit more than that 1972 Python. Now double action. That double action was heavy. I definitely felt the difference. That was noticeably heavier. I'm not liking the wood grips as much as far as shooting goes. The Pachmeyer grips were more comfortable to shoot. My Hogue grips were more comfortable to shoot. These wood grips look nice, but they don't feel as comfortable to shoot. But either way, that's a beautiful gun. Single action was light, but the double action was noticeably heavier than the other one so far. Next up, we have the 1996 Python. Now, even though these are not my guns, this is one I'm actually buying because this was made in the same year I was born. It's a 1996 4-inch stainless Python. So no matter how this one shoots, I am buying it because I've always wanted a Python for my birth year. So, and this one's 4-inch. It's probably gonna have a little bit more kick than the other ones because it's a shorter barrel. So, all right, let's try single action. That single action is nice. This one has the orange front sight, which is also nice. Okay, that's not bad. I missed the target, but that wasn't bad. Now double action. Not bad. The double action on this was definitely lighter than the 1982. But I dig that, and these grips are more comfortable to shoot because they're rubber. So I know they don't look as pretty, but they are more functional and they feel better to shoot. Now let's try the modern Python. This is a 3-inch 2023 Colt Python. Now these grips I feel like are gonna be better because they're a little bit slicker back here. And the reasoning is the checkering is more indented than protruding. The checkering on these other Pythons, they are protruding out. So I have a feeling that's gonna be more comfortable to shoot, but this definitely looks nicer. So single action. Oh yeah, single action on this modern Python is definitely up to par with those other ones as far as how it feels. All right, let's see how it shoots. Okay, I think I jerked the trigger a little bit, but it is a light trigger. Now double action. Not bad. It feels very similar to the 4-inch Python. And those wood grips definitely feel a lot better to shoot. So with it being really hot here in Arizona, it's like over 100 degrees, I'm gonna let my phone cool down for a bit so it doesn't overheat, and then we'll shoot the other rounds through the revolvers. But I mean, out of all of those, the 1972 Python was the absolute like dream to shoot, 6-inch with the single action. That one felt the smoothest. The 67 was nice, and I mean, all the other ones were nice. My least favorite to shoot was this 1982. And this one's the most expensive here, but other than that, I mean, it's still a nice gun. It just felt heavier. And this one might actually be more expensive, but in our store, this is the most expensive one we have. But I mean, if you're just looking for a nice shooter and want to say you have a Colt Python, this one definitely felt comparable to all the other ones, and it's a lot less. So yeah, we're gonna let the camera cool down for a sec. All right, so we have my friend Danny here shooting my 96 Python that I'm gonna buy. So the first 2 rounds she's gonna fire are the Fiocchi 142 grains, and then the second 2 rounds are gonna be the PMC 158 grains. So she has 4 rounds left in there. All right, and you could do single action, double action, whatever you want. You definitely noticed the kick in that one more. What'd you think?
That was fun.
Fun?
Yes.
Here, let me put the mic down. All right, give us your thoughts.
So yeah, it was definitely fun to shoot. That one snuck up on me after pulling the hammer back. The trigger is really light, so that one definitely snuck up. But other than that, it's pretty smooth, and I like it. And yeah, I would definitely like to own one.
Were the second shots more recoil? They look like they had more recoil.
They were, yeah, and it definitely surprised me. Not only the light trigger, But yeah, it definitely did surprise me. Came up a little bit higher than I thought it was going to, but still definitely manageable. So it was good.
Cool. Sweet. And again, we're shooting at a little bit of a distance. We need the shade, so we have a canopy because it's hot here in Arizona, and it'll help with my phone overheating. All right, so I think my plan here is there's 4 rounds in each revolver still, and I'm just gonna shoot through the rest of them just for fun, because I mean, all we're doing here is just shooting vintage guns, and we're just out here for fun. But yeah, I'll kind of give you guys my thoughts as I'm shooting each of them. Again, this is my 686. It's a 686-6, just 4-inch stainless revolver, and I like this one. It has a really nice trigger job. I bought this from my buddy a few years ago. Nice. So that's the 142 grain ammo. Just do single action. Now 158 grain. Not bad. All right, now the 1967 Python. Single action is going to be the way to go in all of these, I think. All right, for 142 grain. Nice. Okay, so I hit both targets with that. Notice the texturing. So like with me gripping, it's definitely inlaying the print on there. So again, they look nice, but these definitely don't feel the most comfortable to shoot with. I think this is my favorite one as of right now, but I've only fired 2 rounds to it. The 1972 6-inch nickel Python. And I actually like these grips. Vince, I know you don't like them, but they feel really comfortable to shoot. So single action, 142 grain. Oh, that's so nice. That one just feels so much more comfortable to shoot. All right, 158 grain. Yeah, I definitely feel like more muzzle pop coming out of the end, but shooting wise, that's definitely the most comfortable. I like these grips. They're just the Pachmeyer grips, but I know they don't look as pretty to most people. But yeah, I think this is my favorite one to shoot as of right now. I think this is my least favorite one to shoot because the trigger is just weird. At least the double action was. This is the 1982 Python. We're just gonna do single action. The single action just, it feels very light, so no issues there. My head's hitting that. All right. Yeah, the grips, I'm not feeling comfortable, but single action is very light. No complaints there. Not hitting the target. I'm hitting to the left of it on that one, but yeah. That one's nice. I think with better grips or better like shooting grips, it would feel more comfortable. But yeah, the trigger is very light on the single action. It's really just the double action that felt heavy, but still a very beautiful gun. All right, now the one I'm actually gonna buy, the 1996 Python. These grips feel very comfortable too, and these are Colt stamped grips. They're just rubberized. I'm gonna step out here. We have the shade because it's hot, but there we go. All right, 4-inch stainless. Yeah, this definitely feels easier to shoot than the last one because of the grips. But it's got some pop. I don't know if my trigger control is like the greatest on that as far as pulling it, but it feels pretty good. I'm not a revolver shooter, guys, so I am not the pro on that, but that feels really good to shoot. I'm excited to get this one. And then our last one, the 2023 Python, 3-inch. I think if you just want a Colt Python as a shooter, these are nice because they have a very nice shiny stainless finish on there. The action feels just as good. Yeah, that feels very good. The sights are a little bit easier to see because you have the orange front sight. I definitely jerked the trigger on that one. All right, 158 grain ammo. All right, last round. Yeah, they're all nice. I mean, they have recoil, but it's not bad. I did bring some 38 Special out here, so I'm gonna let the phone cool down again, and then we'll just shoot some 38 Special through a couple of them. Vince, I hope you don't mind. I'm gonna shoot yours just a little bit more with the 38 and 357 because I like yours the most. Shooting wise, this 6-inch 1972 nickel Python is my favorite one to shoot. So, all right. All right, guys, so we're gonna finish it off with the Colt Pythons today. This is pretty awesome. I loaded up 4 rounds of MagTech 38 Special in each one of them, and then 2 rounds of the Supervel 357 mag because I just want to kind of get just a comparison. But check this out, guys. This is really cool. Again, this is not something you'll always see. We got 5 decades of pythons. We have a 1967, a 1972, a 1982, a 1996, and then a 2023. It would have been really cool to get a 50s and an early 2000s, but again, I'm super happy that I got to test these out today. They're very nice. Honestly, they're all great guns. Single action is light on all of them, so no complaints there. If you want a Python but you don't want to spend crazy money, I mean, a modern Python feels really good, and I really like the grips. They look the old part, but they shoot better. It's kind of like a combination between this grip and that grip. Like, it's a good combination of both because the texturing, the checkering is recessed in versus protruding out. I don't like that as far as shooting goes. So both of these grips don't feel comfortable to shoot, but both of these grips add hundreds of dollars to the gun. So yeah, if you want just a shooter, I would get a modern one. And again, I'm buying this one here, but I could definitely see myself buying a modern Python as a shooter because I probably won't put too many rounds through this. This is a gun that I'd like to collect. I don't mind shooting it, but it's not gonna get a high round count. So, but that's also why I like my 686 because that's just my shooting revolver. But again, we're gonna shoot all Pythons one last time, and I'm just gonna shoot them for fun, guys. I'm just gonna shoot the 4 rounds of 38 and then 2 rounds of 357. So this should feel like nothing now with 38 special. Hey, try the double action. Hey. Ah, the trigger is getting a little gummed up. Single action's light. Okay. So the double action, or when I do single action, the trigger goes forward, no problem. But the trigger was kind of getting stuck with double action. 357 mag. Yeah, definitely more accurate with 38, or I'm able to control it better. But that one's nice. I don't know why the trigger was acting that way. I'll put some more oil on this, and I'm going to clean these up before they make it back to the shop. But yeah, that was very nice. Last time I'll get to shoot you, little 6-inch or little 67 Python. Vince, I think I like yours the most. Again, this is the 6-inch nickel Python. And Vince, you should keep these grips because they definitely make it nice to shoot. Single action. Oh, that thing has no kick. It's like nothing. Double action. Of course, I hit on the last one. All right, now 2 rounds of 357 mag. Hey. Once I figure out where the sights are, it's not bad. These are all black sights, which it's not my favorite, but the gun is accurate. I'm just not accurate. But definitely my favorite Python to shoot today. We're gonna go 1982 Python. I'm gonna try the double action in this, but I'm gonna fire single action one more time. Because the double action was my least favorite on this one. Oh yeah, that's heavy. That's heavy, heavy, heavy. I don't like that. I'm gonna try it again. Gosh, yeah, that double action's so heavy on this gun, but the single action's light. Yeah, I don't know why the double action's so terrible on this gun. I like the single action, but... All right, 1996. This one shoots good, and I'm happy it shoots good. I'm gonna do single action, then some double action. All right, double action. Double action on this is not great, but it's not bad. All right, so not terrible. Someone talking on the other side. It sounded like they were right there, but there's bays on each side of us. All right, last round. Dang it, just above it. Yeah, that was my last one. All right, and then the final gun for you guys today, the 2023 3-inch Python. Yeah, that action feels really good. I like this one a lot. Oh, I jerked the trigger big time though. Okay, double action. Okay, double action's not great, but the single action is. I think if I were to do a modern Python, I'd probably go 6-inch because it's gonna feel the softest to shoot. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Again, this is not something I get to do every day, so I'm very thankful that my shop and Vince was able to lend me these Colt Pythons, because that's awesome. That's really cool to see 5 decades of Pythons. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for my next video.